Exercise Selection 101. You've been surfing the web for a while now, looking for the best training program, cruising through the latest mags, trying to find the most badass workout program to take your gains to the next level, following your favorite trainer online, hoping they're going to give you some cookie cutter routine, hoping some advanced guru out there is going to give you the most complex, fancy program that you've never heard of before. And really at the end of the day, guys, the answer is about keeping it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, and find the most efficient path to your goals. So as these people try to feed you the cookie cutter routines, you have to look within and get to know yourself even better. Know what your blood sugar levels are. Know what your hormone levels are. Constantly test different variables. It's all about knowing yourself. That's the most important factor of training in all aspects of life. So really get there, think about individualizing your program. So everyone's body type is a little bit different. There's different angles, there's different leverages. How are you going to find the best program to fit your body? So you're an aspiring bodybuilder, fitness model, power lifter. The goal is basically the same: build muscle and build strength for most of the year. So as you attack these goals, you have your bench, your squat, your deadlift, your overhead press, these core movements. But even then, it's not that simple. Let's take the barbell squat, for example. You have the high bar and the low bar squat. Where are you holding the barbell? You're keeping it in that low bar position across your rear delts with a low center of gravity. When you're squatting, you're getting below parallel. Everyone's body is a little different. Some guys are so flexible in the hips, they can get their ass all the way down to the ground. Something called butt wink. When are your hips tucking under? Some guys can't even squat so parallel based off the length of their femurs. So know your body and know what works best for you. For most of my clients, I like to sit outside of a shoulder width position here with a low bar stance with the squat and get as low as possible and grind those reps out. Anyway, we'll move on to the next movement here and think about something like the bench press. Make sure you're keeping everything locked in. Some people are afraid of the bench press or make excuses why they shouldn't do the bench press because it's a hard move to see long-term progress. You have to really work at it. You have your close grip bench press, you have your wide grip bench press. I would just say keep slightly outside of shoulder width, elbows tucked in, arch your back, row the bar down your body, feel those opposing muscles work, feel your lats, rhomboids, traps, rear delts all squeezing together, give you that nice stable base on your bench press. But even then, if you're having shoulder pain, be intelligent. Know you have to back off the weight for a while. Use slow tempo dumbbell bench presses to make sure the pecs are working evenly, to make sure everything is stabilizing properly. In between sets, do stretches for the anterior deltoid to allow the shoulder blades to roll back and get that mobility that you need in your shoulders. Now let's move on to deadlift here. Something as simple as the deadlift, some people shy away from because it's a hardcore movement. This should be your heaviest movement. You can pull the most weight. But let's say you're just one of those guys whose leverages and body types make it difficult to deadlift out of a narrow stance with a regular position deadlift. You might want to open up to a sumo stance, keep your hands in closer, keep your non-dominant hand in the underhand position, get lower, feel your hamstrings, feel your glutes, feel your thighs, make it more of a leg exercise, but at least you're still pulling weight. You have a heavy pulling movement. Just rows alone are not going to cut it. Make sure you're doing a compound pulling movement and make sure that's part of your program. Do not shy away from that barbell deadlift. It's actually a good move to help stabilize the back of the shoulders as well if you are experiencing shoulder injuries from bench pressing or overhead pressing. Anyway, last but not least, we have the overhead press here, and so many guys are going to shy away from a strict standing barbell military press, which is my favorite shoulder movement. And a lot of times guys want to get down on a barbell seated press for an ego lift here a lot of times, trying to use a little more weight but some kind of shoddy form. So be strict, stay standing, and really rep out those standing barbell military presses to activate all the muscles in the core, spinal extension, keep your chin in a neutral position, and rep those out. But let's say you're just genetically, based off the width of your shoulder girdle and the size of your back, you're not able to do a standing barbell military press without shoulder injury, then you may want to use a dumbbell option. Start out with a neutral grip, get the full extension, get the arm back to with your ear, bring it back down control, feel the lats kind of cushion that negative, eventually get your arms out to the side, not going below 90 degrees. So find those progressions, find those angles that work for you, use a dumbbell military press, but make sure you're at least pressing the weight up, building those shoulders in all those ranges of motion. Now let's talk about accessory work and weak point training. So accessory work is a crucial element. You've already done these core lifts, but how do you find the right moves that work best for your body? And it's all about hitting, the lats. You have to have some type of vertical pulling movement, some type of horizontal rowing movement. It's going to kind of fill in the details for that complete V-taper, cobra hood back shape that you want. So make sure you find all those fancy lat movements, different hand positions, and find what works best for your body. If you're a taller guy, if you're a shorter guy, if you have longer arms, shorter arms, find those leverages, find those angles, incline, decline, and attack the body from all these different angles. You have to get intuitive again. Use that creative aspect. You're sculpting the body at will, using mind muscle connection to shape these muscles, activate those muscles, and really build that shape you're going for. Now you have all the shell muscles too. You got your abs, your calves, and your arms. Let's talk about these real quick. So arms are going to require some direct work, but once again, you see these hundreds of curl variations. Make sure you're mastering the basics. Have you mastered a basic alternate arm dumbbell curl, reverse curls for your forearms, barbell standing curl, the drag curl. So try these basic barbell and dumbbell variations, master these movements before you move on to all these upside down inverted cable movements. Make sure you're keeping it basic and mastering these moves, seeing growth in your arms, getting a little bit stronger, and seeing these gains as you go. As for the triceps, I think it's really easy to start hammering away at heavy skull crushers, and shows the fastest way to get strong, but I think the cables are a good option when it comes to triceps. It's one of the few muscles that I recommend cable training for, because it's going to really give you that nice constant squeeze on there. That constant tension is going to help protect those elbows. If you're a young guy now, you'll thank me later. Stay on those cable tricep exercises. Now for the calves. Most guys that have good calves fit into one of two categories. Either they're just a genetic freak with these big ass calves that want to rip through the skin, or they have just grinded and punished those muscles and forced them to grow. Now this is the field that you're in, as I am in as well. What you think about is that basically it takes a lot of dedication, a lot of pain, and a lot of sacrifice. Intensity and pain tolerance are far more important for bringing up all these show muscles, calves, arms, and abs, than it is all this crazy programming and exercise selection. So focus on your intensity, be honest with yourself. It's not because you haven't found the latest arm program or the latest calf program, it's because you're pussing out and you're not bringing the pain when you need to work harder in the gym. Now, finally, guys, let's just put all these pieces together. Know that you have to know what works best for you, understand your weak points, be able to use visualization, meditation, be able to pull back and reframe and see which weak points you need to work on, and use the priority principle like Arnold used to use back in the day. Attack these weak points first, make sure you bring these up to par, create a more balanced, proportional, symmetrical physique. And for more articles, videos, and training tips, head over to justinwoltering.com. See you.